let's get back. I told you we're going to play Jasmine Crockett. I mean, again, I want to keep, because she's all over the place, and I think she's going to make sure that she is going to be all over the place from this point on. Yeah. First of all, she calls out the criminal Donald Trump, which most people should be calling out him being a criminal, because I was talking to my brother the other day about this, and I'm just like, I'm just so disturbed that we live in a country where you're just ignoring the fact, like, we just don't even care that this guy, and not only that we don't care, we're twisting the words to say he's really not a criminal because where it happened, or
the whole rapist felon. I don't.
Yeah, it's sad. And again, we talked about this, Lana and I've talked about this before. It's not genuine, because if this were somebody they didn't like, then they'd be all over it. So you can't have it one way or the other. But I will tell you,
a black man would never, ever, with convictions, felony, and be in the White House, he wouldn't even be able to be a cook in the White House.
Listen, you have to be near perfect of a human being to even be considered. That's why Obama won, because he was near perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He had to be above and beyond experience. He had to have come from Harvard, be on Harvard Law Review. He had to be a senator. Like, there's no way he could have been on The Bachelor and then become president. That's a tweet.
There you go. Write that down, Lana, so you don't forget, or I'll send it to you to make sure you don't. But here's Jasmine Crockett calling out the criminal in chief, and this is how it's done.
Well, he did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, it's just Trump. He just talks. Well, let me tell you something.
See, by the way, this is another thing. This is what I love about her, and this is what everybody needs to start doing. Stop with this, oh, the Democrats are overreacting, or the Democrats. No, this is not about the Democrats anymore. Fuck that. In fact, you don't even have to call them fuck Democrat, fuck liberal, fuck all that shit. This is somebody trying to destroy this country versus everybody else, no matter what side you want to put it on. Fuck this Democrat shit. I am tired of that.
I do have a question. So do MAGA not like the Constitution that was written by the white men, or no?
They don't care anymore, Lana, because their daddy is telling them, guys, this is how shit is being done now, and this is how you're gonna like it. And they're gonna bend over and say, oh, not only do I like it, I love it, daddy. I love it. And it's sad and it's pathetic, but I am sorry to Miss Crockett for interrupting her very fine words.
He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a king. We talked about, in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he's going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge of the United States, and if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
Lana, this is the other thing I love. You know what she did there? She's turning the word thug around. And now we're calling you a thug, because that's what you are.
Yeah. Republicans been thugs. We saw them on the friggin' House floor fighting. Stop playing. When Kevin McCarthy and Matt Gaetz almost fighting. You got friggin' Marjorie Taylor Greene and Bobart calling each other bitches. Like, some bunch of thugs. It's like, stop playing right now. He's a master thug.
Speaking of Marjorie Taylor Greene, this clip right here, it is February, Lana. This clip right here might go down as the top clip of the year, and it's going to be hard to beat, even though we have 10 months to go.
I want to see.
My God, I might play it twice. It's so good because Lana, again, here's the other tactic that this woman is not afraid of. She is naming names specifically here, and she's also calling out. You'll see. This clip's so fucking good. It's so good. I can't overhype it. I can't. It's just that good.
Tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education. This is why they are trying to literally say we won't fund the HBCUs because they know that if they've already gone after affirmative action and they're saying, you know what, don't allow them to come into, say, these PWIs, as we call them, don't allow them to come into these institutions. We know why they created the HBCUs in the first place. It was because they wouldn't allow us into the white institutions. And so now they're not allowing us in. And now they're saying, you know what, we're also going to defund the HBCUs. You know why? Because they don't want any more Kamala Harrises. They don't want any more Jasmine Crockett's. But I got news for them. I don't care what they do. We will fight to the end to make sure that we get our due. Because again, if you want to talk about the people that shouldn't be in this country, you probably need to look in the mirror because the last time I checked, the Native Americans who some of ICE have been rounding up or the Puerto Ricans who are absolutely Americans, listen, the only people that came and colonized this place are your ancestors, Trump. I'm
telling you,
and trying to colonize Gaza as we speak. It's like trying to go in there and get some land as we speak. Stop it.
That is, like I said, that is the attitude. That is we are not fucking around, and don't even think you're coming at me with your dumb bullshit. Now, obviously, I certainly don't reduce Jasmine Crockett to just her looks, but she looked incredibly good there, by the way. And I also want to say that this woman is dead on. And again, because you have educated people and you have uneducated people. Those words are going to trigger the uneducated people, and it's going to explode their minds so badly that they don't understand what just hit them. The educated people understand where she's coming from and understand why she's saying what she's saying, and she's exactly right. But God damn it, Lana, listening to her specifically mention Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert to say, you two are not even close to being in my league. And you know what? Those are two bullies too. Guess what? Those two are going to shut their fucking mouths when they're around her. They're going to try every once in a while. You saw how that worked out the first time with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Talk about hair, your eyelashes or whatever. She's a whole attorney. And matter of fact, I think she has 2 degrees. So they can't hold a candle
to her. No, it's so good. And I love that. And again, we need, I mean, just the one Jasmine Crockett may be able to take this on herself. But, you know, I hope the Democrats follow her lead and say, hey, you know what? Maybe we do need to grow some balls, and maybe we need to step up, and we need to start thinking about doing a lot of the things that the Republicans have done for years and expose loopholes before it's too late. And it might already be, that's the sad, crazy part. But, you know, and I really wish they would have done this last year. But again, we can't worry about what they didn't do in the past at this point, Lana. We have to worry about what they're going to do from this point on. That's the attitude I want to see from everybody. You don't even have to call out your other colleagues like she does, because you may not be as good at it as she is and, you know how to handle it. But the same sort of attitude, that's what we need to see.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree.